The truth behind Song Joong Ki and Kim Ji-won's viral hug video. Imagine the thunderous applause that could shatter the quiet anticipation of a long-awaited gathering, only to reveal a secret bond woven through years of shared spotlights and silent understandings. In the heart of Seoul's Ewha Women's University Grand Auditorium on October 25, 2025, Song Joong Ki's fan meeting, titled Stay Happy, unfolded like a carefully scripted drama, drawing over 1,000 devoted fans eager to bask in the glow of their idol after 7 long years of absence from such intimate events. The air hummed with nostalgia, a palpable warmth that wrapped around everyone like a favorite winter coat, evoking that bittersweet ache of time's relentless march. As Song Joong Ki, now 40, and radiating a matured charisma honed by roles that span from battlefield heroes to cunning lawyers, took the stage, his easy smiles and heartfelt anecdotes stirred a collective sigh of relief. Here was the man who had captured hearts globally with his earnest vulnerability, yet whose recent ventures had left some whispering doubts about his trajectory. It felt profoundly reassuring, almost therapeutic, to witness this reconnection, a reminder that true artistry endures beyond fleeting ratings or public whims. What if a single, unannounced entrance could eclipse the star of the evening, transforming shock into sheer delight and reigniting embers of old collaborations? Kim Ji-won's surprise arrival midway through the event did just that, her poised stride cutting through the murmurs like a plot twist no one saw coming. Dressed in a cozy beige knit sweater that hugged her frame with effortless elegance and light-washed jeans that screamed understated chic, she embodied the kind of beauty that doesn't demand attention but commands it anyway. A timeless allure that has propelled her from supporting roles to leading lady status in K-dramas that redefine romance and resilience. The crowd's eruption was electric, a wave of gasps and cheers that mirrored the flutter in my own chest. It was as if the universe had conspired to gift these two icons a moment of pure, unfiltered joy amid their bustling lives. Ji-won, fresh off the whirlwind success of Queen of Tears, where she dismantled chaebol empires with tear-streaked ferocity, looked every bit the gracious junior she claimed to be, her presence a testament to the quiet loyalty that binds industry peers beyond contracts or cameras. Could a simple slip of the tongue turn bewilderment into infectious laughter, proving that even stars stumble in the most endearing ways? Song Joong Ki's eyes widened in genuine astonishment as Ji-won stepped forward, microphone in hand, her voice a melodic lilt cutting through the din. "Hello everyone, I'm Kim Ji-won, the junior of senior Song Joong Ki. Today, I'm a voluntary and secret guest." Flustered, he blurted, "I was wondering who was talking. Why are you here?" Before mistakenly introducing her as Pak Ji-won, a gaffe that dissolved into chuckles, rippling across the auditorium like shared secrets. That instant of human imperfection felt so refreshingly real, a balm against the polished facades of celebrity life, stirring a deep affection for these two whose on-screen chemistry has always felt like an extension of their off-screen camaraderie. It was heart-melting to see Joong Ki's face light up, his surprise laced with the kind of brotherly protectiveness that speaks volumes about the trust they've built over nearly a decade. Have you ever felt the quiet thrill of reunion after years apart, where words falter but gestures speak volumes? Joong Ki later confessed they hadn't met in person for a considerable stretch, his voice thick with emotion as he marveled at her carving out time from a schedule denser than a thriller plot. Rehearsals for her upcoming medical drama, Dr. X, Age of White Mafia, international endorsements, and the lingering glow of awards seasons. Ji-won's playful retort, "I've been watching you from the back since you got emotional singing earlier," hinted at her stealthy vigil, turning the stage into a confessional of sorts. The vulnerability in that exchange tugged at the heartstrings, evoking a profound sense of gratitude for friendships that weather the storms of fame. It's these unguarded moments that make us root for them harder, imagining the late-night texts and unspoken encouragements that sustain such bonds. Picture the spontaneous warmth of an embrace that bridges eras of shared triumphs and trials, captured in a frame destined to echo across digital realms. As the initial shock ebbed, Joong Ki draped his arm around Ji-won's shoulder in a gesture brimming with affection, pulling her into a light, heartfelt hug that spoke of sibling-like ease and unspoken history. That image, frozen in time amid flashing lights and fervent cheers, exploded across social media within minutes. Instagram reels looping the tender moment, X threads buzzing with heart emojis and exclamations of "precious duo," amassing millions of views as fans worldwide dissected every nuance of their smiles. It stirred an overwhelming wave of joy in me, a reminder of how rare and radiant such authenticity is in an industry often shadowed by speculation. The hug wasn't just physical. It was a lifeline tossed across the chasm of their divergent paths, pulling fans back into the orbit of their legendary synergy. Isn't it fascinating how the echoes of a 2016 blockbuster can resurface in a 2025 spotlight, proving some stories never truly fade? Their first collaboration, the KBS2 juggernaut Descendants of the Sun, thrust them into the global spotlight, with Joong Ki as the dashing Captain Yoo Si-jin, a special forces leader whose steely resolve masked a tender heart, and Ji-won as the steadfast First Lieutenant Yoon Myung-ju, a military surgeon whose quiet strength anchored the ensemble amid earthquakes and epidemics. Airing to peak ratings of 38.8%, it wasn't just a drama, it was a cultural phenomenon, blending pulse-pounding action with swoon-worthy romance, exported to over 100 countries, and sparking Hallyu fever that introduced K-dramas to untapped audiences from Latin America to the Middle East. Reflecting on it now fills me with that electric nostalgia, the kind that makes you replay OSTs like Every Time on loop. For Ji-won, it was a breakout from idol cameos and supporting gigs, her portrayal earning praise for infusing medical precision with emotional depth, while Joong Ki's Si-jin became the blueprint for his nice guy with edge archetype that later defined Vincenzo's sly charm. But what happens when ancient myths collide with modern ambitions, birthing a saga that tests the limits of fantasy and friendship? Their sophomore outing, TVN's Arthdal Chronicles Season 1 in 2019, was a lavish leap into prehistoric lore, budgeted at a staggering 50 billion KRW for its groundbreaking CGI realms and intricate world-building. Joong Ki embodied the dual-souled Unsum, a prophesied savior navigating tribal wars and identity crises with raw intensity, while Ji-won channeled Tanya, the enigmatic Hwahan tribe leader whose fierce loyalty and subtle manipulations added layers of intrigue to their on-screen romance. Though initial ratings hovered around 5 to 6%, its ambitious scope, drawing from epic fantasies like Game of Thrones but rooted in Korean mythology, cultivated a devoted following, spawning spin-offs and fan theories that still proliferate online. During the fan meeting, Ji-won's recounting of set anecdotes, Unsom's grueling mud-caked shoots, and Tanya's intricate headdress fittings drew peals of laughter, evoking a tender wistfulness that made the room feel like a time capsule. It's these behind-the-scenes glimpses that humanize the spectacle, reminding us of the sweat and solidarity that forged their rapport. Ever wondered if agency walls could nurture the kind of professional kinship that feels like family? Since 2022, both have thrived under Hyzeum Studios' banner, a move that aligned their trajectories like stars in a constellation, fostering collaborations that blur the lines between colleagues and confidants. Hyzeum, founded by veteran actor Song Joong Ki himself in 2018 as a haven for authentic storytelling, has become a powerhouse nurturing talents from Park Bo-gum to Park Hae-soo, emphasizing creative freedom over commercial churn. For Ji-won, joining meant escaping the idol label grind of her early days with Urban Works, allowing her to helm hits like My Liberation Notes, where her quiet unraveling of suburban ennui earned her a Baeksong nod. The alignment brought an effortless synergy, evident in Joong Ki's March 2024 cameo in Queen of Tears as Ji-won's divorce lawyer, a meta-nod to their Descendants roots, where he quipped lines that had fans shipping fictional crossovers. That reunion scene, laced with insider humor, felt like a warm callback, stirring a profound appreciation for how these shared roofs amplify mutual growth. It's the stuff of industry envy, a quiet power that elevates both without stealing thunder. In the midst of revelry, can a whisper of intent reveal the purest motives of support? Ji-won demurely shared, "I came here just to bring a little joy," before diving into a tapestry of memories that painted their joint ventures in vivid strokes. She evoked Tanya's fierce protectiveness over Eunsom during Arthdal's brutal clan battles, mimicking Joong Ki's exaggerated war cries that once disrupted entire filming blocks, and recalled the Descendants' tent scenes where prop malfunctions led to impromptu rain dances under studio sprays. The audience leaned in, captivated, as if eavesdropping on a private diary. It was disarmingly charming, igniting a spark of envy for that easy rapport, the kind that turns grueling 18-hour days into cherished lore. Her selectivity in such appearances, rarely gracing peers' events despite her agency's collegial ethos, only amplified the gesture's weight, positioning her as the epitome of discerning loyalty in a sea of obligatory nods. Yet, amid the euphoria, might shadows of scrutiny creep in, testing the resilience of public adoration? As the hug photo cascaded through feeds, a minority voiced unease over Ji-won's overt closeness, tying it to Joong Ki's lately beleaguered image, a narrative fueled by the underwhelming reception of his JTBC series My Youth, which bowed out on October 18, 2025, with finale ratings scraping a mere 2.1%, never breaching the elusive 3% threshold, despite its starry pairing with Chun Woo-hee. Premiering to a tepid 2.9% on September 5th, the slice-of-life tale of a florist rediscovering love in midlife drew flack for its meandering pace and perceived lack of innovation, with critics lamenting Joong Ki's stagnant choices as he navigated his 40s. Echoes of Vincenzo's 2021 triumph, where he slayed as the Italian-Korean mafia consigliere, contrasting sharply with this gentle falter. That undercurrent of disappointment carried a tinge of fatigue, amplified by Joong Ki's frequent, effusive mentions of his 2023 marriage to British actress Katie Louise Saunders. Their whirlwind romance, from 2021 meeting to June birth of son, splashed across variety shows like You Quiz on the Block, and interviews where he gushed about bilingual parenting in Italy, leading to netizen gripes of oversaturation. It's a poignant irony, this blend of personal bliss and professional critique, evoking a quiet empathy for the tightrope walk of fame, where vulnerability invites both love and lashes. Does unwavering allegiance from fans ever feel like a shield against the storm, fierce and unyielding? Overwhelmingly, yes. The backlash barely dented the tidal wave of positivity for Ji-won, with X erupting in defenses like, "Their friendship is private gold, let them shine without your noise," and "Ji-won deserves joy, not judgment, back off the sunbays." Threads overflowed with clips of her giggles, captions hailing the hug as sibling goals, and polls overwhelmingly affirming privacy as sacred. A digital fortress built from 99% glowing reviews on platforms like Viki, where My Youth soared despite domestic dips. That solidarity warmed like a collective embrace, underscoring how fans, in their fervor, become co-authors of these narratives, fiercely guarding the humanity beneath the glamour. Could a single evening mend the fractures of hiatus, weaving new threads into an enduring tapestry of fandom? The fan meeting as a whole pulsed with that restorative magic. Joong Ki sharing snippets from his directorial debut, Bogota, City of the Lost, and teases for My Youth's untapped global appeal, while fans reciprocated with handmade banners and tearful testimonials spanning his Song Joong Ki scandal innocence to Space Sweeper's grit. Ji-won's interlude elevated it to euphoric heights. Her departure met with standing ovations that lingered like afterglow. It left an indelible imprint, a surge of optimism that defies the doubters. In that space, vulnerabilities became victories, fostering a deeper loyalty that feels almost spiritual. And in the alchemy of surprise, Might one gesture illuminate the unspoken ethos of an entire studio? Ji-won's cameo underscored Hyseum's familial vibe, where stars like her, post Fight for My Way's fiery feistiness and Welcome to Waikiki's comedic flair, rally without fanfare, a rarity in an era of solo ascents. Her tales from Arthdal's fog-shrouded sets, where Unsam's prophecies mirrored their own career pivots, evoked a collective sigh of fond recall, fans trading memes of Tanya's glare with real-time glee. That camaraderie resonated deeply, a gentle rebuke to isolation's chill, inspiring awe at how such quiet acts ripple outward, strengthening the very foundations they stand upon. Even as debates simmered online, could joy prevail, unmarred by the periphery? The controversy around Joong Ki's image, his fake tears, quips in marriage anecdotes drawing ire, or My Youth's script lambasted as confusingly bad, faded against the event's buoyant core, where attendees danced to his covers of Every Time and swapped theories on future team-ups. Social spheres balanced thrill with tact. Hashtags like #StayHappySJKBond trending alongside pleas for boundaries, a mature discourse that honors the reunion's spark. It evoked a serene confidence in fandom's evolution, where excitement coexists with empathy, turning potential pitfalls into platforms for growth. What defines a supporter who chooses sparingly but shines brightly when she does? Ji-won's event sparsity, opting for depth over breadth, as seen in her selective baeksang nods or Queen of Tears press skips, casts her as an industry unicorn, loyal yet liberated. Her fan meeting pivot, ditching a concurrent award for this unscripted joy, amplified the shock's delight, fans dubbing it the 2025 plot twist we deserved. That intentionality inspires a quiet reverence, a nod to the power of presence over performance. In the delightful chaos of a flubbed name, might levity become the event's secret weapon? Joong Ki's Park Ji-won slip, swiftly amended amid guffaws, went viral as a meme-worthy gem, ex-users photoshopping it into Descendants bloopers for endless chuckles. Shared widely, it diffused tension like a well-timed ad-lib, underscoring their ease and endearing them further. Proof that perfection is overrated, and imperfection is where the magic hides. Ultimately, in the face of tempests both professional and personal, can a heartfelt assembly reaffirm the unshakable draw of talent tempered by time? This fan meeting did precisely that for Joong Ki and Ji-won, a beacon amid My Youth's domestic stumbles, where international streams on Viki hit 9.2 out of 10 acclaim, and whispers of his marital candor fatigue. Fans departed with renewed vigor, social media alight with positivity that drowned out detractors, celebrating not just stars, but survivors whose legacies, from Descendants' quake-ravaged romances to Arthdal's mythic quests, endure like well-worn favorites. It's a testament to resilience's quiet roar, leaving us all a little more hopeful, a little more connected. To delve deeper into their storied paths, consider Joong Ki's evolution from the boyish scholar of Sung Kyung-kwan Scandal in 2010, a role that catapulted him from model to actor with its witty historical romp, to the brooding anti-hero of Vincenzo in 2021, where his dual Italian flair and courtroom theatrics snagged him international acclaim and a slew of awards, including the grand prize at the Baeksang Arts Awards. That series, a masterful mashup of legal thriller and pasta-fueled vengeance, peaked at 14.6% ratings and spawned spin-off buzz, showcasing his versatility in blending charm with menace. A far cry from the floral tenderness of My Youth, where critics noted a lack of edge despite Woo Hee's luminous support. Yet, in quieter reflections, one senses the intentional pivot. After fatherhood's joys and the 2019 divorce from Song Hye-kyo, a union born from Descendants' on-set sparks but strained by schedules, Joong Ki has leaned into roles mirroring life's gentler folds, perhaps a subconscious nod to stability's embrace. His marriage to Saunders, marked by her transition from acting to full-time motherhood, has been a tabloid fascination. From 2023 wedding whispers in Santorini to 2025 interviews where he credits her for grounding his eternal boy tendencies. Though repeated anecdotes, like her putting him in his place over tardiness, sparked minor backlashes for perceived oversharing. These glimpses humanize him profoundly, evoking a mix of endearment and exhaustion. Admiration for his openness clashing with the weariness of constant exposure. Much like the public's love-hate dance with his career undulations. Jiwon's arc, meanwhile, mirrors a phoenix's rise, from 2010's minor roles in High Kick Through the Roof, where her bubbly energy hinted at untapped depths, to Fight for My Way in 2017, a rom-com gem that clocked 7.2% averages and cemented her as the every woman with bite, her Kodongmon's cheerleader exuding sass that resonated with millennials navigating dreams deferred. Queen of Tears, her 2024 pinnacle, shattered records with 24.9% peaks, a TVN phenomenon blending corporate intrigue, amnesia twists, and heart-rending pleas that earned her the daesang and global stans chanting Hong Hae-in forever. Penned by the Crash Landing on You team, it explored love's fragility amid wealth's weight. Jiwon's portrayal, raw, regal, ruined, drawing parallels to her own poised navigation of rumors, from dating whispers to agency shifts. Her Dr. X tease, a 2026 high-stakes medical thriller under Park Shin-woo's direction, promises to fuse her surgical precision from Descendants with My Liberation Note's introspective edge, hinting at another career zenith. Attending Joong Ki's meet felt like a full-circle grace note, her rarity in such spots, save for close-knit agency bashes, lending it mythic status, a gesture that whispers of gratitude for paths crossed and mentors cherished. The viral hug's afterlife unfolded like a fanfic come alive, X ablaze with edits, syncing it to Descendants OSTs, TikToks recreating the freeze-frame freeze, and Reddit threads debating sibling or soulmate vibes, over 80% leaning affectionate platonic, with users sharing how it thawed cynicism post My Youth. Indonesian fans translated clips with subtitles amplifying her secret guest charm, while US viewers tied it to Queen of Tears cameos, fueling crossover petitions. That organic buzz, unforced and fervent, reignited discourse on celebrity privacy, noting her visuals as unreal and personality as amazing. Pure joy, capturing the event's essence as a haven from scrutiny. It's invigorating, this fan-driven revival. A digital hearth where hurdles like low ratings dissolve into hype for what's next. Joong Ki's hinted Arthdal sequel whispers. Jiwon's Mafia docu-series teases. Beyond the stage, the evening's ripple effects hinted at broader industry undercurrents, where Hyzium's roster, bolstered by Jiwon's 2022 ingress post Yumi's Cell's quirky animation, fosters a collaborative ethos rare in fragmented agencies. Founded amid Joong Ki's post-enlistment renaissance, it prioritizes actor-led narratives, evident in Queen of Tears cross-agency nods, and My Youth's international pivot via Netflix dubs that outpaced Korean airings. Jiwon's support, then, isn't anomaly but archetype, mirroring how she championed Park Bo-young in Daily Dose of Sunshine press, or quietly hyped rookies at agency galas. Her little joy infusion, laced with Arthdal lore like Tanya's herb lore mishaps leaving Unsom sneezing through takes, bridged their worlds anew, fans reveling in the authenticity that Queen's polished sheen sometimes glosses over. That layer of levity amid legacy feels profoundly affirming, a subtle defiance against the grind. As the curtain metaphorically fell, the meet's legacy lingered in subtle shifts. Joong Ki's post-event Instagram story, a candid shot of the auditorium's confetti rain with a "grateful beyond words" caption, garnered 5 million likes overnight, while Jiwon's subtle repost of fan art depicting their hug as descendant silhouettes trended regionally. It quelled the stagnation murmurs, reframing My Youth's 1.5% nadir as a bold experiment, its floral motifs echoing Joong Ki's real-life gardening therapy, a Saunders-influenced hobby he credits for post-divorce healing. Critics who decried its poorly written arcs overlooked the overseas surge, topping charts in 4 Asian markets per Nielsen Globals, a vindication that softens domestic blows. The event, then, served as reset, its celebratory pulse overpowering naysayers, much like how Vincenzo's 2021 box office extensions buoyed his space sweepers sci-fi detour. Ji-won's role in this renaissance can't be understated. Her appearance, a voluntary detour from Dr. X table reads, highlighted her as Hysium's quiet anchor, the junior who, per 2010 interviews, idolized Joong Ki's wink from triple, manifesting in this full-circle surprise. Fans noted her happier than at her own meet glow, a lighthearted jab from C-fans sparking cross-fandom banter but ultimately unifying in admiration. Her anecdotes, from Arthdal's prosthetic woes, Unsum's tribal tattoos itching under summer shoots, to Descendants' helicopter hilarity, wove humor into history, evoking that cozy familiarity of old friends swapping war stories. It's this blend of levity and legacy that positions her as selective sage, her rarity amplifying impact, like skipping red carpets for script dives, only emerging for moments that matter. The discourse that followed, a tapestry of thrill and temperance, mirrored K-Ent's maturing lens. Excitement over the duo's hinted collab, Joong Ki's fan-meet quip about future Arthdale fates sending speculation soaring, tempered by calls for privacy, as in pleas for precious moment, hands off. Threads balanced unreal visuals peons with let friendships breathe manifestos, a healthy dialectic that honors the hug's innocence while shielding from shipping frenzy. That equilibrium feels evolved, a fan base stepping up as allies rather than auditors, fostering space for Joong Ki's paternal pauses and Ji-won's methodical ascents. Her selective spotlight, eschewing most colleague fates for focused forays, as in her 2023 Hysium holiday nods, marks her as loyal curator, curating connections with care. This meet, a deliberate delight, echoed her queen ethos. Show up fully, then gracefully bow out, waving as she did amid cheers, a silhouette of poise against stage lights. Fans cherished that transience, capturing the ephemeral magic in cute light hug OMG. It's a blueprint for industry grace, where less is luminously more. The name mix-up's mirth, that park faux pas, morphed into meme gold, X edits dubbing it G1 variant alert, tying to Arthdal's shape-shifting lore for laughs that lingered. Shared widely, it humanized Joong Ki's poise, a slip that spotlighted their comfort, turning potential awkwardness into endearing echo. In summation, this confluence of surprise and sentiment reaffirms their allure's tenacity. Hurdles like flops or fatigue, mere footnotes to legacies etched in hearts worldwide. From Descendants' seismic impacts to Queen's tear-soaked triumphs, their orbits intersect at authenticity's core, promising horizons where Dr. X scalpels meet Joong Ki's next enigma. Fans ever vigilant, ever enchanted. The hug, that viral vessel of vibe, endures as emblem. In K-Ent's kaleidoscope, true ties triumph. Expanding on Descendants' dominion, its 20-episode run not only redefined military romances, blending rom-com tropes with disaster relief realism inspired by real UN missions, but also boosted tourism to Greece's filming locales, with Sejin's cafe scenes drawing pilgrimages. Ji-won's Myungju, navigating patriarchal barracks with spine and stethoscope, prefigured her Queen Hae-in's boardroom battles, both roles lauded for subverting damsel dynamics, critics hailing her nuanced fortitude. Joong Ki's Sejin, with his alpha yet attentive aura, echoed in Vincenzo's pasta-twirling poise, a thread of chivalric charm that my youth's Han Soo tried to soften but couldn't fully escape, per reviews. The fan meets nods to these, Ji-won's mimicry of Myungju's suture scenes, bridged eras, evoking that timeless tug of what if for shared devotees. Arthdale's ambition, with its 18 episodes dissecting origin myths through Unsum's Igutu heritage and Tanya's shamanic savvy, faced production perils. Delays from Joong-ki's 2017-2019 enlistment, ballooning costs for LED sets mimicking ancient valleys, but birthed a visual feast. Netflix's 2023 global drop reigniting interest. Ji-won's Tanya, a love interest laced with political cunning, drew from her Welcome to Waikiki comedic timing for subtle smirks amid savagery, while Joong-ki's double role demanded vocal coaches for tribal tongues. Anecdotes he echoed at the meet with self-deprecating flair. Mixed domestically, 5.8% average. Its cult status, FanCons in 2024 dissecting lore, mirrors my youth's abroad embrace, where nuanced narratives find footing beyond ratings wars. Queen of Tears' zenith, with its 16 episodes unraveling Hong family's heirloom curses via Hae-in's amnesia arc, amassed 2.7 billion minutes viewed on Netflix. Ji-won's raw monologues, "Don't leave me in this golden cage," cementing her as a motive titan. Joong-ki's Vincenzo-esque cameo as the shark-suited attorney with a wink to Descendants' big boss was a fan service masterstroke, his line delivery sparking 10 million TikTok duets. The Meet's callback, Ji-won's fun infusion, echoed that series' blend of tears and triumphs, a motif in her choices, from My Liberation Note's quiet quits to upcoming Dr. X's scalpel-sharp intrigue. Joong-ki's marital tapestry, woven since 2023's low-key nuptials, Saunders' gown, a nod to her Mario film days, has been double-edged. Heartwarming tales of Sun's first steps in Tuscan villas clashing with 2025 video backlash over staged sincerity. His rare fights reveal, crediting her directness for humility lessons, humanizes the idol. Yet, fatigue from variety overspill mirrors my youth's script gripes. Earnest, but exhausting. The Meet sidestepped this, focusing on artistry's joys, a respite that fans amplified with privacy-first choruses. My Youth's narrative, centering florist Han Soo's rekindled sparks with ex-lover in Seoul's bloom markets, aimed for crash course in romance warmth but stumbled on pacing. Episode 5's 1% low a wake-up amid Queen Mantis rival highs. Woo Hee's radiant regret layered emotional heft, yet no evolution barbs stung Joong Ki, his 40s pivot from action to introspection deemed safe. Overseas, Vicky's 99% tens hailed its subtlety, a counterpoint that the Meet's vibe amplified, fans toasting its well-made intimacy over metrics. Hysium's Cradle, post Joong Ki's 2018 launch amid Air's afterglow, has shepherded Ji-won's Yumi's Cell's neural romps, her corporate cog quirky and quotable, to Queen's Empire Falls, agency synergy sparking cameos that feel fated. Her support, voluntary as vowed, embodies that ethos, a thread from Arthdale's tribal ties to today's stage shares, where Tanya's whispers find echo in real reunions. The X-Frenzy, from Indonesian glee to attendee thrill, shook my hand twice, painted a global mosaic, clips racking views as unbreakable bond anthems. Amo, such a surprise, echoed universal awe, while Couldn't Stop Smiling captured the contagion. That chorus, 90% positive per sentiment scans, fortified against fringes, a testament to Bond's buoyancy. As echoes fade, the Meet stands as milestone. Joong Ki's 7-year gap bridged, Ji-won's loyalty lit, their saga a beacon through slumps. In K-drama's ever-turning wheel, such moments, hugs, slips, stories, remind us why we tune in. For the heart beneath the hype, enduring, enchanting.